the echoing chambers of our own hearts, often shrouded in mystery, hold secrets far older than time itself. What if I told you that the very essence of human struggle, triumph, and our deepest spiritual healing can be found not just in ancient texts, but within the vibrant, messy, and utterly transformative lives of 12 biblical figures? These aren't just characters from a book. They are powerful archetypes, living representations of the very voices that whisper, shout, and sometimes even betray us from deep within our souls. You see, we often chase perfection, striving for an impossible ideal, when the truth, the radical truth, is that personal growth isn't about eradicating our shadows, but embracing them. Why does it feel like we're constantly battling an invisible force, caught between two opposing desires? Why do the greatest acts of courage often sit alongside moments of crippling fear in our own lives? Could it be that the answers to our modern struggles, our quest for inner peace and emotional resilience, have been hidden in plain sight, woven into stories passed down through millennia? What if the key to unlocking your fullest potential, to truly mastering your mind and finding profound self-acceptance, lies in understanding these ancient voices? In this video, we will embark on an extraordinary journey, a soul-searching expedition that will illuminate the hidden corners of your psyche. You will discover how to identify and, more importantly, integrate these 12 profound voices, the very spiritual energies that shape your decisions, your relationships, and your entire reality. We will unveil the untold secrets of biblical wisdom applied to modern living, providing you with actionable insights and powerful tools to navigate your own inner landscape. Get ready to dismantle limiting beliefs and unlock a deeper understanding of yourself, allowing you to finally experience true healing and unconditional love. This isn't just a story. It's an invitation to a personal revelation that could redefine your existence. Are you prepared to confront the hidden truths of your own heart? Share your initial thoughts in the comments below. What's one inner conflict you're grappling with right now? Your openness helps us all grow together on this incredible journey. Peter, the voice of courage and crippling fear. Have you ever stood at the edge of a great leap, your heart pounding with both exhilarating courage and paralyzing fear? That, my friend, is the unmistakable voice of Peter echoing within your soul. Peter, often depicted as rash and impulsive, was also a man of immense faith and unyielding loyalty. Remember that pivotal moment when he stepped out of the boat onto the tumultuous waves at Jesus' command. Pure, unadulterated courage. He walked on water. But then a moment later, as the wind howled and the waves crashed, fear gripped him, and he began to sink. This isn't just an ancient tale, it's a mirror reflecting our own human condition. Too often we find ourselves stuck in the painful limbo between aspiration and apprehension. We envision grand dreams, starting a new business, pursuing a creative passion, or healing a broken relationship. Yet when the first storm hits, or the first doubt creeps in, we, like Peter, begin to sink. This common pitfall stems from a misunderstanding. We believe courage means the absence of fear. But true emotional resilience isn't about eradicating fear, it's about acting in spite of it. It's about taking that trembling step forward even when your knees are knocking. The profound lesson from Peter's journey, a beacon for our own spiritual growth, is that genuine courage isn't a single heroic act, but a continuous act of persistence in the face of our deepest anxieties. It's learning to hear that voice of fear, acknowledge it, and then choose to keep walking. How many times have you let fear pull you back from your true potential? Imagine the transformative power unlocked when you choose to persevere, when you realize that every moment of doubt is an invitation to deepen your faith in yourself and your purpose. This voice, when understood, can become your greatest teacher, guiding you to inner strength you never knew you possessed. John, the voice of unconditional love and self-sacrifice. Now, let's turn our gaze to the gentle, yet profoundly powerful voice of John within us, the embodiment of unconditional love and selfless devotion. John, the beloved disciple, lived a life permeated by pure compassion. Every action, every word, flowed from a wellspring of profound kindness and an unwavering commitment to the well-being of others. Think of the countless unsung heroes in our world today, the dedicated volunteers, the tireless caregivers, the individuals who offer support and comfort without expecting anything in return. These beautiful souls are living examples of John's spirit, sharing their love and concern simply because it is their nature, a true reflection of spiritual connection and altruism. The insidious trap many of us fall into is losing touch with what truly matters in life. In our relentless pursuit of personal gain, fleeting ambitions, or material possessions, we often become disconnected from the very essence of human connection and spiritual fulfillment. We might prioritize career advancement over nurturing relationships, or financial success over acts of genuine service. This imbalance can lead to a profound sense of emptiness, a void that no amount of external achievement can fill. It's a tragic oversight when we forget that true happiness blossoms from giving, from the overflow of an open heart. The timeless lesson John imparts, a cornerstone of genuine healing and wholeness, is to cultivate unconditional love, love that flows freely without the expectation of reciprocation. This isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling, it's a powerful force that demands self-sacrifice, empathy, and a deep understanding of others' needs. It means stepping outside of our own ego-driven desires and embracing the interconnectedness of all beings. When this voice of John truly resonates within you, your capacity for compassion expands exponentially, paving the way for profound emotional well-being and rich, meaningful relationships. What if, for just one day, you acted purely out of love, with no agenda? How might that transform your interactions and your own inner state? Thomas, the voice of skepticism and the relentless pursuit of truth. Let's delve into a voice that often gets a bad rap, yet holds immense power for our intellectual and spiritual growth. The voice of Thomas, the quintessential skeptic, the one who demands tangible proof, the relentless seeker of truth. Thomas wasn't content with blind faith. He needed to see, to touch, to experience for himself. He questioned, he challenged, and in doing so, he laid bare the human need for genuine understanding beyond mere belief. In our modern world, this voice is more critical than ever. Whether we're scrutinizing information, navigating complex relationships, or making crucial career decisions, the ability to doubt constructively and seek direct evidence is paramount. It's the drive that pushes us beyond assumptions and into the realm of deeper knowledge and critical thinking. The common pitfall here is the fear of questioning, the discomfort with uncertainty. Many of us shy away from skepticism, fearing it will dismantle our comfortable realities or expose uncomfortable truths. We prefer to cling to what is familiar, even if it's based on flimsy evidence. Yet it is precisely this willingness to challenge the status quo that underpins all true discovery and innovation. Without Thomas, there would be no scientific advancement, no philosophical breakthroughs, and no personal revelations that lead to true self-discovery. Embracing this voice means daring to ask, why, and how do I know? The invaluable lesson Thomas offers us, a cornerstone for intellectual clarity and genuine spiritual understanding, is to never be afraid to doubt. Doubt, when approached with an open mind and a sincere desire for knowledge, is not a weakness, but a powerful catalyst for profound insight. It's the pathway to authentic truth, even if that truth isn't always convenient or easy to accept. By honing this voice within, you cultivate a sharp discernment, a keen ability to see through illusion and embrace reality. How often do you truly question what you're told or what you believe? What hidden truths might you uncover if you allowed yourself to doubt more deeply, more thoughtfully? Judas, the voice of betrayal and the shadow. Within Now, we confront perhaps the most challenging and often misunderstood voice, the voice of Judas, representing not merely external betrayal, but the painful, often hidden shadow within us. Judas is often painted as the ultimate villain, yet when we look deeper, he embodies the profound torment of self-destruction, the gnawing pain of inadequacy, and a devastating lack of self-love. Think of how many times you've unintentionally sabotaged your own success, undermined a blossoming relationship, or passed up incredible opportunities, all because of an underlying fear of success, a pervasive sense of unworthiness, or a deeply ingrained pattern of self-sabotage. These are the whispers, and sometimes the shouts, of your own inner Judas. The most dangerous pitfall we face is our tendency to suppress and deny these uncomfortable negative emotions. We try to bury our shame, our guilt, our feelings of not being enough, hoping they will simply disappear. But like a persistent shadow, what we resist often persists, resurfacing in destructive ways. This denial leads to a cycle of regretful decisions, missed chances, and a profound sense of disconnection from our authentic selves. We might project these inner struggles onto others, blaming external circumstances when the real battle is raging within. True emotional freedom can only begin when we're brave enough to turn inward and acknowledge these darker aspects. The profound, albeit painful lesson from Judas is this: you cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge. To truly achieve inner peace and personal liberation, you must confront the shadow within you, rather than pushing it away or pretending it doesn't exist. Only when you bring awareness to these difficult emotions, your fears of abandonment, your feelings of inadequacy, your capacity for self-destruction, can you begin the process of integration and spiritual transformation. It's in embracing these wounded parts of yourself that true compassion for yourself is born, leading to genuine self-acceptance and the cessation of self-inflicted pain. This is the ultimate act of healing. What hidden pain or self-destructive pattern are you ready to finally face and integrate today? The journey to wholeness begins with this courageous confrontation. Hey, Mary Magdalene, the voice of redemption and unconditional acceptance. Let's shift our focus to a powerful, often misjudged voice. The voice of Mary Magdalene, representing redemption, unconditional acceptance, and the profound ability to rise above societal judgment. Mary Magdalene was not defined by her past. She was transformed by her capacity for profound devotion and unwavering faith. She reminds us that no matter our mistakes, no matter the labels others assign us, we possess an innate capacity for renewal and grace. How many times have you felt weighed down by past failures, by shame, or by the judgment of others? This heavy burden is the very thing Mary Magdalene invites us to shed, offering a path to liberation and self-forgiveness. A common pitfall is allowing our past to dictate our present and future. We internalize criticism, cling to old narratives of unworthiness, and prevent ourselves from embracing new beginnings. This self-imposed imprisonment hinders our personal growth and prevents us from experiencing true spiritual freedom. We might believe we are permanently flawed, incapable of real change, or undeserving of genuine happiness. Yet, the divine spark of redemption burns brightly within each of us, waiting to be rekindled. The profound lesson from Mary Magdalene is a message of radical self-acceptance and the transformative power of forgiveness, both for ourselves and for others. It teaches us that true healing comes from acknowledging our past without letting it define us, and from understanding that every moment is an opportunity for a new beginning, a chance to align with our highest self. When you embrace this voice, you unlock a deep reservoir of compassion and inner peace, allowing you to move forward with courage and unwavering faith in your own capacity for transformation. What part of your past are you ready to forgive and release today, allowing yourself to step into your full, redeemed potential? Matthew, the voice of abundance and transformation from scarcity. Next, we encounter the voice of Matthew, a fascinating archetype representing the journey from scarcity to abundance, and the profound transformation that occurs when we shift our perspective on material wealth and purpose. Matthew, once a tax collector, a figure often reviled for their association with worldly possessions and perceived greed, made a radical choice to follow a higher calling. His story is a powerful testament to the idea that our past professions or perceived sins do not define our potential for spiritual awakening and a life rich in meaning. In our own lives, this voice speaks to how we view money, resources, and our capacity to both create and receive. Are we living from a place of lack or one of infinite possibility? The common trap we fall into is clinging to a scarcity mindset. We believe there isn't enough to go around, not enough money, not enough time, not enough love. This limiting belief creates a constant state of anxiety and prevents us from seeing the vast opportunities and blessings already present in our lives. We might hoard resources, fear taking risks, or begrudge others their success, all stemming from an underlying fear of deprivation. This energy of lack repels the very abundance we crave, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The profound lesson from Matthew is that true abundance is not merely about accumulating material wealth, but about a richness of spirit and a generous heart. It's about understanding that when we align our purpose with a higher calling, resources naturally flow to us. It's a shift from a transactional view of life to one of interconnectedness and generosity. When you cultivate this voice, you begin to see opportunities where you once saw limitations, and you attract not just financial prosperity, but also spiritual fulfillment, meaningful connections, and a deep sense of purpose. How are you cultivating a mindset of abundance today, and what could you give freely, knowing that the universe will provide? Mary, Mother of Jesus, the voice of nurturing and unwavering faith. Now, let's explore the deeply resonant voice of Mary, the Mother of Jesus, the epitome of nurturing love, unwavering faith, and profound surrender to a higher purpose. Mary's journey was not one of ease. It was filled with challenges, uncertainty, and immense responsibility. Yet through it all, her faith never wavered, and her capacity for unconditional love knew no bounds. This voice speaks to the maternal instinct within all of us, the desire to protect, to comfort, and to hold space for growth, not just for others, but for ourselves and our own inner child. It's about trusting the process, even when the path is unclear, and knowing that something greater is at work. A common pitfall is our struggle with surrender and our desire for absolute control. We want to meticulously plan every step, predict every outcome, and resist anything that deviates from our expectations. This resistance often leads to immense stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being overwhelmed when life inevitably throws us curveballs. We might also neglect our own needs for nurturing, constantly pouring ourselves out for others without replenishing our own wells, leading to burnout and a depletion of our emotional energy. The profound lesson from Mary is the immense power of surrender to divine will and the boundless strength found in unwavering faith. It teaches us that true nurturing begins with nurturing ourselves, listening to our intuition, and trusting that even in the most challenging circumstances, there is a higher purpose at play. When you embrace this voice, you unlock a deep well of inner peace, resilience, and a profound connection to the universal flow of life. You become a source of comfort and strength, not just for others, but for your own soul, allowing for deeper healing and profound spiritual connection. What are you being called to surrender to today? And how can you nurture your own spirit with the same care you offer to others? Judas Thaddeus, the voice of hope in despair and perseverance. Let us now reflect on the often overlooked yet incredibly powerful voice of Judas Thaddeus, the embodiment of hope in the face of despair and the quiet strength of perseverance. While often confused with Judas Iscariot, Thaddeus represents the unwavering spirit that continues to believe, even when circumstances seem bleak, and the relentless drive to carry on, even when weary. His story reminds us that even in the darkest valleys, the flicker of hope can ignite a path forward, and that true resilience is found in holding on to faith when all logic suggests otherwise. This voice whispers to us in moments of professional setbacks, personal heartbreaks, or when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear. The common trap we fall into is allowing despair to consume us. When faced with overwhelming challenges, we often succumb to feelings of hopelessness, giving up before we've exhausted all possibilities. We might internalize failures, view setbacks as insurmountable obstacles, and lose sight of our innate capacity for recovery and renewal. This can lead to a cycle of negativity, stagnation, and a pervasive sense of powerlessness, hindering our spiritual growth and blocking our path to personal triumph. The profound lesson from Judas Thaddeus is that hope is not a passive emotion, but an active choice. It's the conscious decision to keep moving forward, to find light in the darkness, and to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow, even when the present seems bleak. It teaches us the incredible power of perseverance, reminding us that every step, no matter how small, moves us closer to our ultimate goals. When you cultivate this voice, you develop an unbreakable spirit, a deep sense of inner fortitude, and the ability to find blessings in disguise, transforming adversity into opportunity. What challenge are you currently facing? And how can you ignite the voice of hope and perseverance within you to move through it with strength and grace? Simon Peter, the Rock, the voice of leadership and steadfastness. Returning to Peter, but seeing him through a new lens, we hear the voice of Simon Peter as the Rock, the embodiment of steadfast leadership, unwavering loyalty, and the solid foundation upon which great endeavors are built. This aspect of Peter's character highlights his unwavering commitment once his faith was fully solidified. He became the anchor, the one others could rely on, a powerful example of integrity and dependability. This voice within us is about our capacity to be a stable presence, to lead with conviction, and to provide direction not just for others, but for our own lives, guiding our choices with clarity and purpose. The common pitfall is our struggle with inconsistency and a lack of inner stability. We might waver in our commitments, get easily swayed by external opinions, or lack the decisive strength needed to lead ourselves and others effectively. This can lead to a sense of being adrift, constantly reacting to circumstances, rather than proactively shaping our lives. Without a strong rock within, our personal growth can feel erratic, our goals elusive, and our impact on the world diminished. The profound lesson from Simon Peter as the Rock is the immense power of steadfastness and the transformative impact of true leadership, which begins with leading ourselves. It teaches us to cultivate a strong inner core, to stand firm in our convictions, and to be a reliable source of strength for our communities and our own aspirations. When you embrace this voice, you develop an unshakable sense of self-confidence, a clear vision, and the ability to inspire trust and loyalty in those around you. You become a beacon of strength and wisdom, anchoring yourself in your truth and guiding your journey with unwavering determination. How can you be more the rock for yourself and for those who depend on you today, cultivating unwavering consistency in your actions and beliefs? But Philip, the voice of practicality and seeking understanding. Let us now listen to the practical and inquisitive voice of Philip, the embodiment of rationality, practicality, and the need for tangible understanding before taking action. Philip was the one who asked, "How can we buy enough bread for all these people?" He needed to understand the logistics, to see the pathway clearly. This voice within us encourages us to seek practical solutions, to ask clarifying questions, and to ensure we have a solid understanding before we commit to a path. It's the voice of the strategist, the planner, the one who brings logical order to grand visions, ensuring that our spiritual aspirations are grounded in reality. The common pitfall is getting lost in vague ideals or jumping into action without proper preparation. We might be enthusiastic about a new idea, but lack the practical steps to bring it to fruition. This can lead to frustration, inefficiency, and a feeling of being overwhelmed when our grand visions clash with the realities of execution. Conversely, we can become overly practical, losing touch with intuition and the spontaneous flow of life, hindering our creativity and our ability to embrace the unknown. The profound lesson from Philip is the vital importance of practical wisdom and the power of seeking clarity. It teaches us to bridge the gap between our dreams and their tangible manifestation, to ask the necessary questions, and to lay a solid foundation for our endeavors. When you embrace this voice, you develop a keen eye for detail, an ability to assess situations realistically, and the skill to translate abstract ideas into concrete steps, enhancing your problem-solving abilities and ensuring your personal growth is sustainable and effective. What practical steps can you take today to move closer to a cherished goal, ensuring your dreams are built on a solid, actionable foundation? Bartholomew, Nathaniel, the voice of authenticity and discerning truth. Let's now consider the insightful voice of Bartholomew, also known as Nathaniel, the embodiment of authenticity, discerning truth, and the initial skepticism that gives way to profound belief. Nathaniel initially questioned if anything good could come from Nazareth, yet he was open enough to come and see. When he met Jesus, he was praised for being an Israelite in whom there is no deceit. This voice within us calls for transparency, integrity, and the ability to see through pretense, both in others and within ourselves. It's the voice that guides us toward genuine connections and protects us from falsehoods, fostering true spiritual alignment. The common pitfall is our struggle with inauthenticity and our tendency to wear masks to fit in or gain approval. We might compromise our values, suppress our true feelings, or present a false image to the world, leading to a deep sense of internal conflict and a lack of genuine connection. Conversely, we might become overly cynical, unable to trust anyone, and miss out on authentic relationships due to our own rigid skepticism. Both extremes hinder our emotional well-being and our ability to build meaningful bonds. The profound lesson from Bartholomew is the immense power of authenticity and the vital skill of discerning truth. It teaches us to live with integrity, to speak our truth with love, and to trust our intuition when something feels off. When you embrace this voice, you cultivate a powerful inner compass, a keen ability to differentiate between genuine intentions and superficiality, both in your interactions and in the information you consume. You become a beacon of honesty, attracting authentic relationships and fostering deeper self-trust, leading to profound inner peace. How can you express your true self more authentically today, allowing your genuine light to shine without fear of judgment? Andrew, the voice of connection and bringing others to light. Finally, let us embrace the gentle yet powerful voice of Andrew, the embodiment of connection, evangelism, and the quiet joy of bringing others to a deeper understanding. Andrew was the first to find Jesus, and his immediate action was to bring his brother Peter to him. He consistently played the role of the connector, the one who saw potential in others and lovingly guided them towards transformative experiences. This voice within us speaks to our capacity for community building, for sharing our insights, and for helping others discover their own path to spiritual awakening and personal growth. It's the call to uplift, to share, and to connect. The common pitfall is our tendency to hoard knowledge or to shy away from sharing our experiences. We might believe our insights are not valuable enough, or we might fear judgment for speaking our truth. This can lead to isolation, missed opportunities for connection, and a stagnation of our own growth, as true learning often deepens through sharing. We might also feel overwhelmed by the thought of making a difference, forgetting that even small acts of connection can have a ripple effect. The profound lesson from Andrew is the immense power of connection and the simple yet profound act of sharing our journey. It teaches us that our experiences, our insights, and our personal transformations are meant to be shared, becoming a source of inspiration and guidance for others. When you embrace this voice, you unlock a powerful capacity for empathy, for building bridges, and for fostering a sense of community and belonging. You become a catalyst for positive change, not through grand gestures, but through authentic connection and the willingness to simply invite others to come and see. Who can you reach out to today, offering a guiding hand or a compassionate ear, sharing the light you've found on your own journey? Embracing your inner symphony. You've journeyed with me through the profound wisdom hidden within the lives of these 12 timeless figures, discovering the echoes of courage, love, doubt, redemption, abundance, nurturing, hope, leadership, practicality, authenticity, and connection within your very own being. This exploration, this deep dive into your inner landscape, is more than just a lesson in ancient history. It's a powerful roadmap for healing your soul, navigating your challenges, and unlocking your true, magnificent potential. You see, the whispers of Peter's fear, the boundless love of John, Thomas's quest for truth, and even the shadowed complexities of Judas are not separate entities. They are threads woven into the rich tapestry of you. So many of us spend our lives battling these internal voices, trying to suppress the parts we deem unacceptable or unholy. We believe that to be whole, we must eradicate our shadows, silence our doubts, and mask our vulnerabilities. But true inner peace, true spiritual liberation, comes not from eradication, but from integration. It's about understanding that each one of these voices, even the uncomfortable ones, carries a profound lesson, a piece of the puzzle that makes you uniquely whole. When you choose to listen, to acknowledge, and to lovingly embrace every aspect of your multifaceted self, that's when the real transformation begins. That's when your inner symphony, once discordant, finds its perfect harmony, resonating with unconditional self-acceptance and boundless compassion. Imagine a life where your courage is fueled by an understanding of your fear, where your pursuit of truth is tempered by love, and where your ability to lead is grounded in practical wisdom. This is not a dream. It is your inherent birthright, waiting for you to claim it. By integrating these voices, you're not just understanding yourself better, you're becoming a more powerful, more empathetic, more resilient version of who you are meant to be. You're stepping into your authentic power, ready to face any challenge with grace and wisdom. This journey of self-discovery and spiritual healing is ongoing, and I believe with all my heart that the insight shared today can be a guiding light for you. If this video has touched a part of your soul, if it has offered you a glimmer of hope or helped you find a moment of clarity amidst the chaos, I humbly invite you to support this mission. Every contribution, no matter how small, is an immeasurable gift that allows me to continue creating content that shares these profound truths and helps others find their own path to inner peace and wholeness. Your generosity is not just a donation. It's an investment in a collective journey of spiritual awakening, helping to spread this message of love and transformation to countless more hearts. Please share your reflections in the comments below. Which one of these 12 voices resonated most deeply with you today? What's one step you'll take this week to listen to that voice and integrate its wisdom? Your insights fuel this community, and your participation helps us all grow stronger together. If you found value here, please consider giving this video a like. It truly helps spread these messages of healing and inspiration. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next step on this incredible path. Thank you, from the deepest chambers of my heart, for being here, for being open, and for being you. May your journey be filled with light, peace, and boundless self-love.